perspective of the Court of Appeal and ahead of the sitting by the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal, the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC finally throws open its doors for all aggrieved political parties to inspect election materials used for the disputed 2023 presidential polls. INEC legal advisor Tamimu Inua confirms that the process has commenced and that the electoral body is providing all the parties with a summary of the election results.
We are giving them the declaration of result form, that is from ECAD. Then we are giving them from ECAD-A, that is the summary of result from all the states. And then from ECAC, for ECAD, that is the state summaries.
He also says INEC is still working on the back-end data of the beavers used for the election, promising to make it available as soon as data is ready.
We have downloaded those accreditation data.
The one that is about 11,000.
Well, it contains about 11,000 because it is all those data from the over 176,000 polling units. So each unit, we downloaded the accreditation data and we are certifying them for them. They are there in our main office collecting or supervising this certification and giving, they will soon collect it.
But the legal team of the Labour Party and the People's Democratic Party PDP disagree, saying that the access granted by INEC is below their expectations and not enough to allow them fully build their cases. And with just about 4 days left before the deadline to file their petitions, there is a lot of anxiety and apprehension among their teams. Legal counsel to the Labour Party, Levi Uzoku, senior advocate of Nigeria, laments about the situation despite INEC's earlier promises to create a conducive environment.
We asked for 9 as a matter of urgency. In fact, we needed the 36 states. But we said as a matter of urgency, we are requesting for 9. Now, what we've had as of today are just 2 states. 2 states. So if you ask me, I'm not impressed.
Okay, fine. You say you're not impressed. What that means is that what you have gotten so far, you can't build your case on it.
I can only build part of the case, not the totality of the case, not even 50% of the case.
The Labour Party lawyer says the party cannot afford to wait and watch INEC delay its court case. So, sir, I don't know whether you are in Abuja right now, because in a telephone chat with the Rise News, Mike Ozekome, senior advocate of Nigeria, who is one of the lawyers on the legal team of the People's Democratic Party presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, says the PDP specifically requested for details of the SIM card numbers on each of the beavers machines used for the election, but were denied by INEC. He also says INEC refused to make available other facilities that could help the PDP legal team build a strong case at the tribunal.
Specifically, we asked INEC for the telephone number, the number that are attached to the beavers, because each beaver has a number attached to it. It's like when you make calls. When you are making calls, your number will be known and how the trafficking works. And INEC's director of ICT, Paul Omokore, said they will have to have a meeting with the service providers before they can obtain this number to give to us.
Ozekome says the only document that INEC has made available is a heavily manipulated summary of the election results that the party had queried in the first place.
Of course, the summary themselves, when you see them, even Egyptian hieroglyphs, their writing method. Even I think it was the great painter was Angelo. The great historic painter, could not have done better in terms of peaceable very visible alterations of figures, even on the face of all the results.
Responding to the PDP, INEC says there is no way it can release full details of the beavers' devices to political parties, which it intends to use for Saturday's governorship and state houses of assembly elections.
There is no way we give them the numbers of the beavers machine now. It is after, even if I give them, that would be after the conduct of the governorship election. Already we have configured the machine, and the machine are not here. How can we now give them here in Abuja, give them the SIM card of the machines?
Arise News reached out to the legal team of the All Progressive Congress APC and its presidential campaign team, all without success, as officials or their lawyers would not talk. As the controversy continues, INEC maintains that it has opened its doors to the aggrieved political parties to scrutinize all election materials based on what is feasible.
And Omar Bazo is live with us in the studios. Omar, good to see you, and thanks for your time. That was a big one. Now, the two parties are saying the doors of INEC is open, but is not widely open enough. So paint for us a picture of what exactly they want, because I heard you say they're asking for some specifics about the voting public.
Well, when I spoke to the legal advisor, one of the legal advisors to the PDP, that is the Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Mike Ozekome, I got him on phone earlier in the morning when he said that what they actually wanted from INEC was supposed to be the SIM card of that each beavers machine has a SIM card, and so they wanted the information, they wanted that data, they wanted some other information as well apart from that SIM card that could help them in carrying out their own, maybe forensic analysis, to knowing exactly, how then they can, put their case together in court. But they're not getting that. What INEC has given to them so far, according to him, are the same disputed election results which the party is already querying in court, and it says Nigerians will marvel at what they have actually even seen on that particular result sheet as released to them by INEC. That was when he was talking about paintings that even one Angelo, the great painter, who look like, yes, like he will look like a novice when it comes to what it's there on the INEC sheets results. So, but for the Labour Party says they wanted a much more detailed results sheets. They're looking for the 36 results from each of the states of the federation, including the FCT. But as at today, this evening, that they only have 2, I think, from Akwa Ibom and Kaduna, and that is not in any way near to what they need to be able to also build their case. So that is where we are. Truly, INEC has opened its doors in compliance with what the Court of Appeal has said ahead of the Presidential Election Tribunal that is going to open in a few days. But time is of the essence for these two political parties. They are running out of time, and they believe that somehow INEC is just slowing down their legal build up to the cases.
First off, exactly why? I mean, do we know why INEC is reneging on its earlier promise? And really, in specific terms, to what extent did INEC say they were ready to open their doors, for the parties to scrutinize the election materials? And with the situation now, will the parties seek legal options? Are there legal options that they will follow?
Well, I really do not have the details of that particular information. If the party would seek another legal means to force the hand of INEC to open its doors wider. But as it is, INEC is saying, what we have is what we have given to you. And besides, they're saying that those things that we have even given to you, have provided for you, the EC8D forms and the other electoral forms that they have made available, that they still have to be certified copies and be given to the political parties. And the political parties, by the way, would still need to pay for this document. Otherwise, if it is not the certified copy from INEC, and if they don't pay for it, they're not going to get it anyway. But once it is satisfied, that is when they can tender it in court. Because the thing is, what these political parties are going to come up with to present to the court when that tribunal opens, still has to be evidence provided by the INEC. But the INEC conducted the election, the results. It's just like some students in school trying to query that whether or not they got a first class or they got a second class in school. Right. It is the university that conducted the examination that will still provide to that student copies of the manuscripts of the answer sheets and maybe the questions, so that the student can then push the arguments that about what is called or not. So right now, unfortunately, the Labour Party as well as the PDP are going to court, but they still will have to rely heavily.
You know,
it's like a no-win situation for the party.
You know, the good thing, you cover this election, and quite frankly, Nigerians will want to know if these political parties had their agents there, because now it will seem as if they need to compare notes, you know, the data collated by their agents, to see if it does tally with what INEC will be giving out on the day.
Yes, some of the things that the reason why they're asking INEC to give them what INEC has, so that they can compare to what their own polling unit officials have brought to them. Don't forget that some of these political parties opened what they call situation room, where they were also able to monitor things that were going on in each polling unit. INEC says we have so far gathered for extracted data from the beavers. Before these beavers were reconfigured, they've extracted data from them, and they've extracted data up to about 160,000 polling units. Nigeria has approximately 176,000 polling units in the 2023 general elections, except for about 240 where elections did not hold because people did not indicate interest in voting in those places. So a very bulky document so far. INEC says it has about 11,000 pages of such information of people who are accredited, how many people were accredited in each of these polling units, but they are still working on it. The political parties, PDP says they have not cited it, and Labour says they haven't seen it either, and besides, they need more so that they can prosecute their case in court.
All right, Omar Bazwa here, Rise correspondent. Thank you very much. You're going to be staying on this, and it promises to be a long-drawn battle, doesn't it?